Tinubu angry at his lawyer, Wole Olanipekun. You have made a big mistake on this. P2B's lawyer traps them. Hello, people. Welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. One of the most difficult things to do on this particular earth is to defend Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because even the lawyers defending him don't even know the kind of person he is, or probably what he has done before and what he has not done. Every day we wake up, we see one incriminating or criminal news about Bola Ahmed Tinubu and probably what he has done in the past. And this is really affecting his lawyers in the election petition tribunal, because they don't even know their left from right. They don't even know what they are defending. As I'm talking to you now, the news and the information we got is that Tinubu, I will show you evidence and proofs how Tinubu, he's so angry at his lead lawyer, especially Wole Olanipekun, because he really messed up and made a very big mistake in a particular case that is actually ongoing in the election petition tribunal. And this was a clear trap that P2B's lawyer set for them, and they fell inside the trap. They fell inside that particular trap. Well, I'm going to analyze everything and showcase it and show you everything. It's really funny. I love the way P2B's lawyers are actually setting traps for Tinubu and his lawyers, and how they are falling inside that particular trap with the election petition tribunal. Well, before I head straight to the point, if this is your first time of visiting this particular channel, don't hesitate, as a matter of fact, to click on the notification button so I get notified whenever I drop a new and important information like this, and equally subscribe to this particular YouTube channel. Now, let's head straight to the point. I told people that, in fact, one of the things that Bola Ahmed Tinubu's lawyers should have actually done is to reject entirely the judgment given by the court in the United States about Tinubu's $460,000 for forfeiture. In fact, that is the only option they had. They could have, as a matter of fact, denied that Tinubu did not do anything. That the court did not give the judgment. That is the only option they had. But they know that they cannot deny it, because since the court in Illinois, being in the United States, has actually released the documents and the papers of the judgment they gave to Bola Tinubu during his drug trafficking days and all that, they can no longer deny it, because the court judgment and the transcript of the court judgments are everywhere on the internet, and anybody can easily go to the court to obtain it. That is the only reason they cannot actually deny it, because it is only denying that particular court ruling that can actually set Tinubu free. Provided that court ruling is there, I must tell you that a lot of implications have been done. They didn't have any other option. They started shouting that it was not a criminal conviction, that it was a civil conviction, and a lot of people started laughing at them. They didn't even know why P2B's lawyers were laughing at them. P2B's lawyers were laughing at them. They were busy ranting. It was a civil forfeiture. It was not a criminal forfeiture. As if P2B's lawyers were dragging whether it was a civil or criminal forfeiture. But they didn't know that it was a big trap that P2B's lawyers has actually set for them, and they had to fall inside that particular trap. When they called their lawyer, when Tinubu's lawyers called their witness to come in court, the witness confirmed, as a matter of fact, that Tinubu was actually a victim of civil forfeiture in the United States. This is what their own witness confirmed, and that is the only thing Labour Party lawyer being Livi Uzoku wanted to hear from Tinubu's witness and from Tinubu's lawyers. He wanted to confirm that they will use their mouth to say that it was a civil forfeiture. Now, after the court session, because when Tinubu brought their witness, and the witness confirmed that it was a civil forfeiture that Tinubu did, according to the United States Constitution. Now, P2B's lawyer did not go further on that. He rested the case and ended the cross-examination, if you could remember then. Now, in P2B's final written down address, it has shown why P2B's lawyer just wanted to hear that it was a civil forfeiture from the United States court by Tinubu's witness. Now, let me show you what P2B's lawyer said in their final in their final written address, because Tinubu's lawyers we are basically basing their facts on they were basically basing their fact that it was a civil forfeiture without knowing that the section 1371D of the Nigerian Constitution is both for criminals and for civil forfeiture and civil offenses. Let me read what the Constitution of the Nigeria said in that particular part of the chapter. According to the Constitution of Nigeria, they said that a person shall not be qualified for election to the office of president if he is under a sentence of death imposed by any competent court of law or tribunal in Nigeria, or a sentence of imprisonment or fine for any offense involving dishonesty or fraud by whatsoever name called, or for any other offense imposed on him by any court of tribunal or substituted by a competent authority for any other sentence imposed on him by such a court or tribunal. Now, the truth is, this particular part of the Constitution, being section
137D of the Constitution of Nigeria is not just only for criminal forfeiture, it is both for criminal and civil forfeiture. The essence and the reason why the lawyers as of then made this particular constitution is to ensure that nobody with a questionable character will actually, attain the highest position in the country, being the presidential position. That is the reason why that particular part of the constitution was stipulated and imputed there, because they don't want anybody with any questionable character, whether it is a criminal offense or a civil offense. If you've actually been convicted or probably you've committed any of these things, you are not qualified, as a matter of fact. Now look at P2B's lawyer. This is where Tinubu became angry with his lawyers, because they accepted that it was a civil forfeiture. Now let us explain what P2B's lawyers wrote in their final address. Now, in their final address, they said something that in P2B's lawyer's final address, they said something that it is submitted that one of the provisions of the law, the court, being the United States court, held about this Bola Tinubu's case was that this particular case violated 18 USC 1956, which outlaws money laundering. Now, what this thing means is that Tinubu's case in that particular United States court did not just only bound on narcotic trafficking. No, they equally convicted Tinubu of money laundering. They equally convicted Tinubu of money laundering. And this is where Tinubu's lawyer did not even see it coming from. They were shouting it's just civil forfeiture for narcotic trafficking. They didn't even know that Tinubu committed money laundering in the United States. And the judgment came together, both the civil forfeiture and money laundering. Both the narcotic trafficking proceeds and the money laundering. These are the two things that the court, ruled against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And P2B's lawyer went further to say that, give references. They said in Gabriel Dawuda versus Federal Government, Federal Republic of Nigeria 2018, which the Supreme Court, it was held that money laundering is a global scourge that affects countries worldwide. Nigeria not being an exception. It has been described as the washing of illegitimate money in a bid to make it appear clean or legitimate. It involves the process of transforming the proceeds of crime into ostensible legitimate money or other assets. Now, this honorable court in several other cases, including Ozokalo versus Federal Republic of Nigeria, rightly took a swipe against money laundering and adopted with approval the definition of the phrase in the book money laundering, words, relations, and everything. Now, P2B's lawyer is trying to educate the court that what Tinubu committed in the United States was not just the proceeds from the narcotic trafficking. No, that the money laundering is part of it. Then narcotic trafficking is equally part of the judgment that the court gave against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So you could see that Tinubu's lawyers didn't even know where they were coming from. They were busy shouting it was not a civil forfeiture, it was just a civil forfeiture. They didn't know that P2B's lawyers were coming from behind. They were coming with the argument that it's Tinubu committed money laundering and equally equally drug trafficking proceeds and everything. That is why the court, if you read the judgment that the court gave together with these two offenses, that is why the court said that Tinubu will forfeit that $460,000 in his account, in his heritage account, $460,000 in his heritage account. So you could see that Tinubu's lawyers were actually dribbled. That is why Tinubu is angry, because if you are thinking that P2B's lawyers will only base it on civil forfeiture, without knowing that P2B's lawyers have read the judgment given by the United States court extensively, knowing that it bounds on money laundering, and in Nigeria, money laundering is a crime and is a fine. And P2B's lawyer equally stated that forfeiture. They equally stated that forfeiture in several occasions in which the federal government have heard, even in Abacha's case, that forfeiture means proceeds of a crime, or probably that somebody has committed a crime before somebody will actually forfeit any of his properties, which the current CJN Ariwola has held. That before you forfeit anything, it means that you must have committed a crime, or probably that forfeiture simply means a fine. And according to the Constitution of Nigeria, which we've read, they said that anybody who is under a fine or anything has no right to contest for the presidential position. And then I've told you guys earlier that the reason why the Constitution of Nigeria made this stipulation is that they don't want anybody with a questionable character to be the number one citizen of the country. So Tinubu's lawyers don't even know what is actually waiting for them. They were thinking that P2B's lawyers were playing, or probably they came unprepared. Now, Tinubu is angry at his lawyer, because there's no way the court, the Election Petition Tribunal, will see all this evidence that P2B's lawyers submitted and accept mere statement that Tinubu's lawyers made that it was not a civil forfeiture. They should know that that part of the Constitution encapsulates both civil crimes, civil offenses, and criminal offenses. So as a matter of fact, Tinubu will definitely be removed. Well, I would like you guys to drop your comment in the comment section. I probably subscribe to this particular channel.